mean, just honestly.
Yeah.
It's just
True story.
ridiculous.
Just a kid. Every kid gotta prove himself, right?
Hi guys, James here from Meatster. This is the Wagyu fillet versus British rare breed fillet test today. You're going to find out very soon exactly what's going on here and which one I prefer today. But please go ahead and watch the rest of this video. I think you're going to find out something really cool, learn something new. And if you do like what you see, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up.
Bro.
So this one is the Wagyu and this one is the British rare breed, that's Devon Ruby. I get that from my favourite local butcher here in Ealing, that's Ealing Butchers. Just right off the bat, this one has been dry aged for probably 30 plus days. This one has been wet aged for about 2 months. It comes from very high quality Australian Wagyu, which has a marbling score of 3 to 5. So that's on the lowest end of the marbling score, but it is fillet. So the fact that it goes up to 5, I think, means that you can see these larger patches of fat on the inside here. They've been fed for 300 to 400 days, the Wagyu cows, and they are grain fed, whereas this Devon Ruby is grass fed and it is leaner. You can just see that, although it's actually got more marbling than most fillet that I would see in the supermarket or somewhere like that. Alright, hi guys. It's always a little bit chaotic when you're cooking and filming, and I'm running 2 cameras and all sorts of stuff, so the smoke alarm has gone off. In that time when the smoke alarm has gone off, the shallot pancetta mix with the bone marrow has turned a little bit dark. It's a bit burnt. It could happen to all of us. I'm not so worried about it. Today's main test is between the Wagyu from Australia and the British rare breed. They're both fillet steaks. There's a few different things going on here. The British one is dry aged. The Wagyu is wet aged for 2 months, but wet aging, I mean, it doesn't really do a lot, let's be honest. So, I know how dry aged steaks taste, so that's not going to influence me too much. I'm more interested to see how juicy and what the texture will be like on this Wagyu. Whether it's worth spending much more than you would spend on this. I actually got this at half price, so they were the same price as each other, but generally this would be double the price for the Wagyu. Fillet steak obviously has a lower fat content, so although these are more marbled than a normal steak, they're still not very highly fatty, which is why if you've seen another of my steak videos, I'll always say I don't like fillet, I find it boring, but today I thought I'll give it a go. So let's just start by cutting off a little bit here. So already I can see it's quite loose textured and juicy, very juicy. This has been resting for 14 minutes now. Now I've got them both medium here, so that's a good way to test. It's in between, you know, what a lot of people like medium rare, a lot of people like medium well. I actually like medium, so that's perfect for me. Now I'm going to start by tasting the British rare breed fillet, just to sort of calibrate the old taste buds. Compared to ribeye, I find it a lot less flavourful in general because there's normally less marbling. So I'm really intrigued, well, with the Wagyu today to find out, but So that's a very good fillet steak as far as fillet steaks go. I do find them a little bit bland in general. So I'm intrigued now to find out if it makes any difference. So cheers. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Hang on a minute. Oh. Okay. Let me tell you what's running through my head. I wish I'd cooked them a few degrees cooler. Let's blame the smoke alarm, the cameras, and everything else. This is ridiculously juicy. Can you see the I know I poured juice on top, but there's more juice being coming out of the Wagyu, and I could see that when they were resting. It's gonna taste a bit more. I mean, look, it just falls apart. Wow. I mean, in comparison, and this is very good quality beef here, you know, there's quite a lot of texture there. Look, I mean, this is a fillet steak that just absolutely falls apart. So the aim of today was a few-fold. I wanted to find out if it's worth spending more money for Wagyu in general. Now, I've found in the past that it's been hit and miss. With ribeye, British rare breed beef is already pretty fatty, so Wagyu can actually tip it over and it can be too fatty. It's down to personal taste. But with fillet, I find the normal fillet steak a little bit too lean for me. If you see, you know, it's quite, considering they've had exactly the same amount of cooking, so if they're slightly overdone then medium rare, then that's fine, but they both had the same amount. Now if you look here, if you look in here, it's really juicy. I mean, I can just, that's just unbelievable. Here's what I would take away from this experiment. This Australian Wagyu is much juicier than this British rare breed. It's Devon Ruby. It's much juicier. It's also more flavorful in terms of the actual flavor of the meat, despite it not being dry aged. And that's telling you that whatever these cows are eating, the way they're being treated and reared, is obviously giving that meat a lot of flavor. At double the price, if I had to eat fillet, I would pay double the price personally, because I'm not a big fillet fan. If I was serving guests at a dinner party, I would definitely go for this Wagyu. If I was giving this to my wife, I would definitely go for the Wagyu. If I was feeding the kids, a bit more iffy on that one. They'll be testing it tomorrow actually, so I can find out what they like. The Wagyu is delicious, tender, it lives up to the hype, and I mean, just honestly, it's just ridiculous. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. This channel is young, it's small, but I'm hoping to grow it significantly and do far more big scale tests in the future. So if you like what you see here, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and hit that bell notification so you know exactly when we post our next video.